we have enough talent. We have enough talent in there to go get game 3. That's it. That's all that counts. Not game 4. Not game. We just got to focus on getting game 3. But that's a tough blow, no doubt about it.
I know you have to rewatch it, but what happened on the box out there with the Halliburton?
Yeah, I mean, we got to look at it. I don't know if we missed the box out, but I don't know if they said they couldn't review if he went in early or not. So that way they couldn't look at that. I asked Tony. I said, "Can you look at it?" Our video guys seem to think he was in early. I didn't look at the film, but obviously if they missed that, that's a big one. But I'm not going to make that judgment without seeing it.
What about the offensive foul call on Donovan? And I know they didn't give him a flavor, but just the night he had too.
Yeah, listen, I think we ran. I would just say collectively we ran out of gas, and they kept turning it. It was impressive how they turned it up. Like I said, holding, grabbing, fouling. Quite honestly, but that's the play. That's the playoffs. I'm not complaining about it. I thought the refs did a good job. I just think you have to be played through fouling and holding and grabbing, and we didn't have the we didn't have the force left. And like I said, you guys, you can coach maybe play some guys. But just shorten the rotation. But. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're trying to get it. There's always 4 options on the play. So, like I said, it was. I'd like to. We've been running that play all year. I would say it went with the general theme. We could not separate from them. We couldn't get separation, even in our half-court offense. It's tough to make catches. Again, impressive how they grab, hold, their physicality. So that was part of the whole theme. Even taking it out, we up 7, whatever. I had to call burn 2 timeouts, because we couldn't get it in. We couldn't get separation. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I thought we outplayed them. That's the shame of this game. We outplayed them, and there were some. With fatigue comes decision making, right? We had some poor decision making, plays at the rim, turnovers, couple bad decisions. I felt like, so that was part of the. The collapse. Oh, like I said, I think in the locker room we're positive. And they understand how this works. Your focus now is game 3, get your recovery. They came in here and got 2. There's no reason why we can't go in there and get game 3. Which 28 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it was one of our get it in play. Like I said, for whatever reason, we couldn't get separation. It was just a theme. I felt like the last part of the game, whether it was side out of bounds, whether it was an offensive possession, whether they made it and we tried to get in, I just felt like, we couldn't, it was kind of ran out of gas when you can't get open. And listen, they upped their physicality. I mean, but it's the playoffs. It's grab, hold, foul, just what it is. And we couldn't fight through that.
been incredible all year for you, but these last couple, Ty just seems to not have a rhythm against this team. What do you think they're doing defensively that's making them uncomfortable?
They got two elite. They got defenders. They got elite defenders. Nemhart's elite. Matherin, obviously, they got him matched up. And Tyrese, he's got size. So, I felt like Ty's getting downhill. He's getting decent looks. Just wasn't going his way tonight. But I felt like we needed his ball handling, and that was just going back and forth. He's having an off shooting night, but felt like we needed another ball handler out there with the pressure they were applying. So stuck with them. Tried to do that offense-defense substitution with him to get him in there and on the offensive end. To get the ball, but tough night, but we'll roll with Ty. I mean, he's had a great year. He'll bounce back.
With Don, expended so much energy. It looked like he was cramping at the end. Just when you get that kind of effort from a guy who you know is already trying to deal with something, and just continues to push forward for 48, like that's gotta be intense.
It was just obviously we've done a good job managing, but we had to go for this one. We had to stick. And there was he has to come out there at the end because he was cramping, and I don't know what more he could do. Like he single-handedly kept us. That's the reason why we had to leave. But like I said, we and not just him. We play guys a lot, and like I said, only maybe regret player a couple of bench guys, a little more minutes, going to get those guys blow. But I just wanted our best players out there too, so we're just always playing that game.
Kenny, anything you saw from today that gives you a bunch of confidence that you went back to what you want?
Yes, I loved our compete level. I loved our physicality. How together we were. We're down 2 all-stars and Dre. I just thought we were we outplayed them. So that gives us hope, right? Hopefully we get 1 or 2 guys back, because that's we obviously need a boost now, especially physically. We could use someone else in the lineup. All right, thanks everybody.